This is lesson 8.7, line symmetry. This lesson should not take long. Here's the deal. Line symmetry means this. Do you remember in kindergarten, and it could have been preschool, sometimes you would take a piece of paper and you'd have finger paint and you would paint, like you'd do this weird design on one half of the paper, just half. And then you would fold the paper in two, right? And then you would unfold it, and what would you have? Two halves of the exact same thing, right? They would be opposite each other. Does that make sense? They would be identical. And right along the folded part of your paper would be like the very center, right? So you've got your paper here, like this, and you would come over here and you would draw this, this little thing over here, and then when you folded it in two and you unfolded it, you had the exact same thing on the other side. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. That paper has what is called line symmetry. Line symmetry means that there's a line that can divide the figure so that each half is a mirror image of the other half. It's a mirror image. Here's what I'm saying. If I was to have this, here's my shape. I'm going to draw a plain old rectangle. And I want to know if this shape has line symmetry. In other words, could I fold this thing in such a way that along the fold, if I open it up there, it's almost like looking right in a mirror, that they're identical. Do you see where if I was to fold this paper just like this, that they would be identical on each side of the dotted line? Do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see what I'm talking about? This shape has what is called line symmetry, because there is a place for me to fold the line. Believe it or not, this shape actually has two lines of symmetry. Where is the other line of symmetry? Caleb? Right, across the middle horizontally, right? That is also another line of symmetry. I could fold it like this and it would be identical, right? You have a question there, Jonathan? Let's talk about this. Let's talk. Is there any other lines of symmetry here? There is not. Here's why. I'm going to show you. It is very important that you see this. If I literally was going to take that piece of paper and do a dotted line like this, it looks like they are mirror images when they in fact are not. When I fold this across and I take this point, look here. Let's say I take that corner. When I fold it across, where is that going to actually be? It's going to actually be over here. You see what I'm saying? When I fold it across that line, it's going to be over here. This dot right here, that point right there, is actually going to end up being over here. Take out a blank piece of paper right now. Just take out, you don't have to do it. Take the paper you have right now. Do you agree that the paper you have right now looks very similar to what I have here? Pretend that you were going to do the dotted line from one corner to the next. It has to be from one corner to the next. Do it from the corner to the corner. It's got to be from the corner to the corner. Is it a mirror image? Look. Is that a mirror image? I'm doing it from the corner to the corner. Is that a mirror image? No, they don't match up there. Right? You see what I'm talking about? It's not. Rectangles do not have a line of symmetry from the corners to the corners. They just don't. You see what I'm talking about? They do not. Okay, so then you tell me, let's look at this shape here. Let's look at this shape right here. I'll draw with my funny little guy here. And we'll go like this. Does he have line symmetry? Where would the line of symmetry be? Donovan? Straight down. What is this called? Straight up and down. What's that called? It's called vertical, right? There's a vertical line right in the center. There's a vertical line right in the center. It would look like this, right? And you would see it like that. That would be a line of symmetry. Do you agree? Fold it in half. It's identical, right? Okay. What about this? I'm going to give you a tough one. You ready? For real. I'm going to see. I don't think you guys are going to get this. Here it goes. assuming that I am a better drawer than this. Okay, hold on. You know what I'm saying? I am trying to stay on the lines. I am not doing a good job, but you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, do you see what I'm talking about there? I was trying to make them look nice. Is there any lines of symmetry on that object?
Yes. No.
Most people that say yes see one. Most people that say no can't see one. Do you see one, Donovan?
Yeah.
Where? Yes, you've got it. Here's the line of symmetry, people. It cannot be, it is not here, obviously, right? Because then this guy here, then all of a sudden, this guy here, where did he go? He's not over here, so that's not him. It's not here, again, for the same reason. But what about here? You can, if it's a square. See how it's a square? I mean, like if you folded it across, it does. This point right here and this point right here match up, right? They do match up. When you fold it along that line, they do match up. And this point right here and this point right here, they match up. So everything matches up. It is a mirror image. Does that make sense? I'm just telling you that when you have a shape like this, that is not a mirror image, and I hope you can see that right now. That is not a mirror image. When you fold it across, this point here ends up over here. Do you see what I'm talking about? It ends up there. Yeah.
Isn't it still line symmetry because it makes it two equal sides?
No, it's a mirror image. Literally, they would be exact opposites. It's like you're looking in a mirror. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. What about you ready? Does that have any lines of symmetry?
Yes.
How many?
Infinity.
An infinite number. There's no limit, right? I mean, it doesn't matter where I put it, it can be right. There's one. There's one. There's one. There's one. No matter where I draw, as long as it's through the center, there's one. Do you see what I'm talking about? And I could just keep drawing them. It would just never end. I can keep drawing them. Do you agree? There's an infinite number in a circle. Okay, what about an oval? Are there any lines of symmetry in an oval?
Yeah.
How many? Two. Exactly two. There's that guy, right? And there's that guy. That's it. Why does that not work? Do you see why? Because this point, this little guy over here, that section, when I fold him across the line, where does he end up going? Do you agree that it goes there? When you fold it across the line, it'll be up there? That's not a mirror image. Right? It's not, remember, the paper has to be across like this, right? Perfect image. Okay, what about a shape like this? What about this? I'm going to give you just a plain old simple letter like this. What letter is that?
T.
A T. Does that have line symmetry? Where? Right, it would literally be right down the gut. It would be, I mean, I missed it there, but you know, okay, I missed it again, hold on. Okay, I missed it again. You see what I'm talking about though? That's the line of symmetry, right? That is the line of symmetry. You see what I'm talking about? Letters can have lines of symmetry. Okay, what about this? What about assuming that I'm drawing that better, does that have a line of symmetry? Yes, up and down, right? The vertical right along here would be a line of symmetry, right? Okay. What about this? What about, like, look at number 14 at the bottom of page 400. You see how there's a starfish there? That's got 5 points, right? 5. I'm not good enough to draw this, but, you know. Yeah, I'm not good enough to draw this, I don't think. Yeah, I'm horrible. I can't draw a pentagram. Okay, you look at that. Is there any lines of symmetry in that?
No.
Yes, there is. There is. Look at it from any of those points, right? So you have a point that goes like this, right? And then it goes like this, and then it goes like this. I'm just going to draw. This is a very rough one. It's not very good, right? But this would be one like that. Yes. This one would be one like that. That would be one. Okay, I didn't draw it very well again, but you see what I'm talking about? They would be a perfect mirror image of each other. Just take any one spot, any of the corners, the tips, and it would do it. Caleb, question?
Is this one like a blacked out one? Does it have to be a perfect mirror?
Well, of course. Here, I have a question. Do human beings, do I have a line of symmetry?
Yeah.
Where? Right down the middle. Is it exact? I mean, this nostril might be a little bit bigger than this nostril. We're still talking about, we have lines of symmetry here, right? I mean, like some people's one leg is longer than the other one. Some people's one arm is longer than the other. I'm talking about, but we do have a line of symmetry. Does that make sense? Okay. I think that's it. I don't think that there's anything else to teach here. Okay. Let me give you your homework. Got about 4 minutes. Whoa, whoa. Four to 16 even, so page 400 to 401, 4 to 16 even, and 20 to 23.